Hey guys, Monty back here. I want to try to do a shorter video, much shorter than the one I just did a little while ago. This one is going to be about some trading cards, sports and non-sports card pickups that I have received. A couple of random act of kindness gifts sent to me in the mail in the last month, and I want to share all that with you guys. So I want to start off with a couple of cards that I purchased myself, a couple of auto cards. The first one is Darren Ruff of the Phillies. You guys know I'm a big Phillies fan, and hoping this is a year that Ruff really breaks out now that they're fully invested in a youth movement. I think he has the potential to be a star player, but they just really haven't given him a chance, I don't think, to play regularly enough to prove his, what he can do. So anyway, Darren Ruff, and then continuing to work on my collection of 1973 New York Knicks champions. This is Dean the Dream Meminger, rest in peace. Just passed away in the last year. And of course, I'm currently a big Lakers fan, but the Knicks were originally the team that I loved when I first really got into basketball and sports and stuff. And 1972-73 champion Knicks were really, that was the first team that I just fell in love with, and loved everybody on that team. So I'm trying to collect as many of those as I can. I'm running up with an obstacle with players like Phil Jackson and Bill Bradley, who's obviously their autographs are demanding high dollar. Bradley, of course, because of his term as a senator, caused his prices to go up. But anyways, yeah, so I've got those two that I purchased, and then I got a couple of really cool RAOKs from some great YouTubers. I love their channels, and they were kind enough to send me some great packages in the mail. The first one is from Nate, or Nathan, at Tops 85401, TOPPS 85401. Nate lives out in California. I'm assuming he's out in the San Francisco area because he's a huge Bonds fan and a huge Giants fan as well out there. So yeah, so Nate sent me a nice, cool letter. I'd actually made some comments about some cards that he had picked up, and I just mentioned how cool they were. I'd never seen them before, and next thing I knew, he sent them to me, and I just thought that was just so awesome. Here's his letter to me. Monty, here is the Schmidt card I pulled along with a random mix of other jumbo cards. Thanks so much for your fun videos and Christmas spirit this holiday season. Apparently he liked my piano playing music. Take care and happy collecting. Your tuber friend, Nathan, aka Tops 85401. So Nate, I really appreciate that as well. Yeah, these were jumbo size cards that he'd made, that he'd shown on a video, and I especially made a comment that I liked the Schmidt card, of course, who is my #1 player of all time and my top PC. And man, he sent it to me. I love it. I love it. Great card. On the back, they compare them to, this is a Donruss. What year is this? Well, I want to say 84 because the last year that it references is 83. So 84, so Schmidt was still playing in his prime. On the back, they reference them to current Hall of Famers. So he's referenced to Hank Aaron and compared to Hank Aaron there, who was the home run leader at the time. So great Schmidt card. I love it. Thanks, Nate. Also sent me this card of Gary Peters from the White Sox. On the back, it talks about the year that he posted the top ERA in the American League. You can pause that and read it if you want to. And of course, I'm assuming this is Nate's calling card, so to speak. I figure he's not going to send you anything without sending you a little Barry Bonds alongside of it there. I cracked up when I saw this, Nate. I thought, yeah, he had to send me some Bonds, didn't you, man? No, brother, I love it. I love it. And this is obviously from Post Cereal. There's a Post logo there on the back as well. And then there was actually a second little package of more jumbo cards, which I was thrilled to get. I would have been happy with just the Schmidt card. To send me more of these was absolutely cool. Bill Madlock, back from his season with the Pirates. Of course, I remember Madlock with the Cubs, and then he spent a year, I think, in '78 with the Giants. In '79, he was with the Pirates and the We Are Family World Series champs. I think he won 3 or 4 batting titles back in the '70s, mostly with the Cubs. But yeah, I remember, because he was like one of the few players worth watching with the Cubs. Gaylord Perry and his famous spitball infuriated a lot of players back in the day. I kind of was able to catch Gaylord Perry at the tail end of his career. Jim Rice, one of my best friends growing up. We would play baseball together, and I was the Phillies fan. He was the big Red Sox fan, and he loved Fred Lynn, Carl Yastrzemski, and Jim Rice. Man, those were his big three guys. Loved them. And then, yeah, these 84 Donruses, John Lowenstein from the Orioles. I remember him as being a killer in the '83 World Series against the Phillies. He was one of those role player guys that suddenly got hot and had this great World Series and killed the Phillies pitching. And he was one of those guys like, who's John Lowenstein? Nobody ever heard of him. Of course, Hall of Famer Robin Yount here as shortstop for the Brewers, and other Hall of Famer Andre Dawson back in his Expos that he broke in with, Expos jersey. And I can't remember, when he went into the Hall, who did he go in? What hat did he wear, or helmet did he wear? Was it the Expos or was it the Cubs? I can't remember who he went in with. If y'all remember that, let me know. So Nate, thank you. Tops 85401. Check out his channel, especially if you are interested in sports memorabilia, trading cards, that kind of stuff. He's a great guy. We've all forgiven him for being such a Bonds fan. Just kidding, Nate. Yeah, so thank you for that. I'm greatly touched that you would think of me in such a way. And then the second RAOK came as a nice Christmas present from one of my good friends, Ed Weskergriff. His channel is just Weskergriff, WESKERGRIFF. Again, if you are into sports collectibles, trading cards, that kind of thing, that's what Ed is really into. And he has done some videos on some other things as well, collectibles. But he sent me a really cool note. Monty, here is a small Christmas package. Enjoy the cards, and hope you don't have these. He and I, of course, both huge Phillies fans. That's what drew me to his channel initially, was his love of all things Phillies. And so, man, what did he send me? Well, he sent me a whole stinking mess of Phillies cards, and I love it. And Ed, I didn't have any of these, so thank you very much. Here's another Darren Ruff. These first few here are not autographed. Just FYI. Jake Diekman. Another one that the Phillies currently have their eyes on. The great Roy Oswalt, part of that great four-man pitching staff they had a few years back. Here's Ryan Howard, Jimmy Rollins, Cliff Lee. I'm just going to show you these and just tell you, Ed is just a great guy. His videos are very entertaining. However, I don't recall Ed ever doing a video where he showed his face. And I know you're not that ugly, brother. I know that you occasionally have got to show your face so we all know what you look like. Maybe he has in some older videos. I don't know that I've gone back and seen all of his videos, but I have gone back and watched a lot of his older videos as well. But I don't remember seeing his face on any of them, so we got to get Ed in front of the camera. Now, Nate, you'll see him from time to time. About a third to half of his videos, he'll do show his face on there. But anyways, yeah, we got to get Ed to show his face on there. Got to see what he looks like. This is a really cool Fleer Greats card of Chris Short. Played for the Phillies, mostly in the 60s and into the early 70s. Not real familiar with him, but this card is numbered 66 out of 500. Therefore, he sent it protected, and I really appreciate that. Here is a Pat Burrell auto. Very cool indeed. And a Scott Rowland auto. Very cool. Of course, Rowland turned out to be one of the most unpopular Phillies players ever when he left the team right as they were starting to surge. And then sent me just a whole box of commons. Trying to see if there was any. Oh, there's Cole Hamels. Sure am going to miss him a lot. Dominic Brown, glad he's gone. These are cool. Another Ryan Howard. And Papelbon, he's gone now, of course. But he pitched very well for the Phillies during that time that he was with us. And then sent me a handful of Lakers cards as well. So that was a big surprise. Really appreciated that. A little Pau Gasol. I don't know that you can see. There we go. Let's get that up close. Andrew Bynum. Big crybaby. Glad he was gone. And of course, the legend Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Sasha Vujacic, one of my favorite Laker role players. Lamar Odom. Of course, everybody's been probably keeping up with Lamar Odom in the news. Mr. Kardashian. Michael Cooper. Another Lamar Odom, who was in fact one of my all-time favorite Laker players. Loved his style on the court. Ron Artest, who is now known as Meta World Peace. So yeah, there was a whole stack of, those were just some of the highlights, stack of some Laker cards and Phillies cards. Ed, really appreciate you. Loved it. Thank you very much for sending me those as well. Check out Weskergriff, Weskergriff, and Tops 85401. Got to forgive me, Nate. I can't remember when names have all those numbers behind them. 85401. Tops, Topps, like the name of the card company. Tops 85401. Check out those channels, especially if you're into sports collectibles or trading cards, or if you're just curious about them, man. Check them out. Those are two great YouTubers. You'll love it. One last thing I wanted to show you that I'd picked up recently, and that is a card set of Spiderman Marvel card set. That was very nice, and I actually bought the card set. I'll just kind of flip through a little bit from an eBay seller, and did not come with the binder. You can see those as well. Just sort of flipping through. And I found a great seller on eBay who will custom make binder covers for you. I'm not going to say his name because I haven't asked their permission yet. But if you are curious and want to know who they are, send me a private message and I will get their permission to give their name out to you. Basically what they did was I told them I had this card set. Could you get me a cover for it, for a binder, and based on that card set. And so this is the artwork that they came up with. The Amazing Spider-Man, which is based on one of those cards. You get a spine sheet as well, and then you get a really cool back. And I got all of that for 20 bucks. Plus I think it was a couple of dollars shipping, $2 or $3 shipping. So 22, 23 bucks, but $20 plus shipping for those. And the artwork is wonderful. It's fantastic. And it's just so much more fun to have a card set when you've got a matching binder. Just makes it so much more fun to look at. It looks better on the shelf as well. So when you've got this nice binder, and then you open it up, and there are the cards as well. So love it. Like I said, if you're interested in who it was that did that, private message me. I don't want to broadcast their name because they haven't said to do that or advertise yet. So if you're interested, send me a private message, and then I will contact them by email and make sure that they're cool with me giving it out privately, because I'm sure they'd want the business. They've said anytime I needed something done to contact them, and I've got a list of 4 or 5 card sets plus all my sports cards that I'd like done. Would be really cool. So anyway, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Please give it a thumbs up if you like it. Sub, leave your comments below if you please would. Love to hear from you. And until next time, thanks for watching. Bye.